everyone. Welcome to the next lecture on the IIT JAM solution. Today, I will explain you how you can solve the PY questions related to the univariate distribution. I will explain all those questions. I will cover the 40 plus question in this lecture. All I have explained with the help of the shortcut way. Myself, Dr. Harish Garg. You can follow my YouTube channel where you can find the playlist of the PYQ of IIT JAM. In this playlist, you can see the various lecture related to the PY question series and the complete solutions of the mathematical statistics paper as well as the mathematical solutions. You can see that the sampling distribution, most powerful test and many more available lecture in this playlist. Now remember student, whenever you are working on the univariate distribution, you must remember about what is the PDF or the probability mass functions of these standard distributions such as Bernoulli, binomial and so on. Once you know all these standard distribution, the probability mass functions, then your target is to remember the mean and the variances. And I can summarize that. If you have the Bernoulli distribution, the mean is P, variance is PQ. Similarly, for the binomial distribution, is NP and PQ and so on. On the other hand, if you have the continuous distribution, such as the uniform, exponential, normal, gamma, beta distribution, you have to remember these mean and the variances. Remember student, I will follow all the shortcut tricks in this lecture, which is similar to the theory lecture that I have covered. You can watch about this playlist distribution function, and in this playlist you can see the various theory lecture. I will use these theory lectures to solve these PY question series within the 10 to 15 second time periods. I hope you don't forget to like and comment on this video. Now let's start with the first question. Your target is to find the variance of S. What is the S? S is my number of the dice. S denotes number of the dice which show even numbers. Fine. So definitely it is my discrete distribution. Once it's a discrete distribution, your target is to find the value of N and P. How many dice are there? It's a 6 dice. What is the probability of the even number? The even numbers are my 2, 4 and 6. The probability corresponding to 2 is 1 over 6, 4 is again 1 over 6, 6 is again 1 over 6. The probability is 1 over 2. Now clearly say N is my finite. It follows my binomial distribution. Once is a binomial distribution, the variance is NPQ. Now can you calculate the answer? N is my 6, P is my half, Q is also half. So the answer is 3 by 2 is my right answer of this problem. Only remember your target is to remember the variances, means and the other things. Look at this another one. In the 3 independent tossing dice, your target is to find the expected value. I call this number is my y. Fine. Where y is equal to 3 minus x. Now firstly look about that. X follows. Clearly say it's a binomial distribution where n is my number of the dice 3. What is the probability of showing 6? What is the probability of these 6 is? Fine. Now, what you remember in my theory lecture, what is the distribution of the n minus x? It's a binomial of the n comma q. So what is the probability? P is my 1 over 6. So q is my 5 over 6. So therefore n is my 3. So therefore y follows binomial distribution with the n is 3 p. Fine. Now how you can find the expected value of this? I can use the formula for the variance, E of y square minus EY whole square. Now you can substitute the value NPQ. So it's a 15 over 36, which is, this is my target, minus mean. Mean is my N into P, 15 over 6 whole square. So now you can see 36 will be the LCM. It's a E of y square. It is 15 plus 225. So that will be my 240 over 36. So it's a 4, 9. So 60 over 9 or 3, 20, 3, 3. So 20 over 3 is my right answer of this problem. Look at this another one. X is my continuous random variables which are symmetric about the origin. So which continuous are there? Either it is my uniform, either it is my exponential, either it is my normal, it is my gamma and so on. Fine. Now look at that, which one is symmetric about the origin. I consider x follows my normal distribution. Fine. If it is symmetric about the 0, so that means the mean of the x is my 0. Fine. Now then your target is to find the mean of the mode of x. That's so very simple. Again, what is the mean of the expected value of this? It's a minus infinity to plus infinity into PDF. Fine. Now clearly say mode of x is always greater than 0. This number is also greater than 0. Fine. So that means the product of them is also greater than 0. That means they are not equal to expected value of the x always, because we can find the non-zero value of the x. Also we can find the non-zero probability density function. So that means ex is not equal to this option cancel. Now look at the variance. What is the variance of x? If I consider normal distribution, it is e of x square minus 0. What is the variance of the mod x? It is expected value of mod x square minus expected value of mod x whole square. Now clearly say what is the value of this quantity? It is basically x square minus expected value of mod x. Fine. E of x square is nothing but my variance of x of this number minus, so clearly say this number is my always a positive, and if you subtract them, what will implies this clearly say variance of x is always greater than of variance of the mod x. So variance of x is always greater than, rest options are cancelled. C is my correct answer. Look at this another one. Find the value of k for which this is my PDF. That means the integration of this part is my 1. Fine. Now k can be outside. Now clearly say rest of the function is even functions. So I can put them as a double, 0 to infinity x over 1 plus x raised to power 4 is equal to 1. How you can integrate them? Clearly say this function is my beta function. Beta of I can written as 2 minus 1. It is a 2 plus 2. So it's a beta of, it's a twice of k also is my 1. Now can you find the value of the k? So what is the beta of 2? It's a gamma of 2. Gamma 2 divided by 2 plus 2. Always remember what is the beta function of the m comma n? Gamma function of n, gamma function of m divided by m plus n. Now can you find the value of the k quickly? Gamma function of that 2 is 1. Gamma function of 2 is 1. This is gamma function of 4, that is my 6, which is 1. So the k will be 3 is my right answer. I hope student you can like and comment on this video. If you want, I can upload more lectures on the IIT JAM solutions. You have to like and comment on this video as well. The moment generating function is given to you. Now clearly say when it's a t square, you can watch my moment generating lectures. You can see this, there is a lecture of the moment generating functions in this PY question series. There is a moment generating function PY question lecture. In this lecture I have already explained you, whenever it's a square, it is always move on the moment generating function of normal distributions. If you compare them, what is my mu? Mu is my 3. Sigma square over 2 is my 8. That implies sigma square is my 16. So therefore x follows my normal distribution with the mean is 3, variance is 16. Now I can convert into the z, x minus 3 divided by 4. I can write this number is probability z. So 9 minus 60 minus 3, that's a 6.60 divided by 4. So 6.60 divided by 4 is 1.65, and it is minus 7.84 divided by 4, this number. Now can you get the answer of this? So clearly say if you draw the graph, fine, it's 1.65 and this number is minus 1.96. So this number, I can say this is the CDF of 1.65 minus CDF of 1.96. So what is the CDF at the point 1.65? It is a 0.95 minus this area. This area is my 0.025. So the answer is 0.925 is the correct answer of this problem. Okay, consider the random variable with the PDF is given to be this. Your target is to find the probability y. Alpha can be any number. I can choose alpha is 1. Fine. X0 is also any number. I can choose X0 is my 1. Then your option will be e raised to power minus 3, e raised to power minus 3, 1 minus e raised to power minus 3, 1 minus e raised to power minus 3. Now you can see options are similar. I can change the value of the x naught. Say 2. Then this number will be my 3 into 2, 6. Minus 3 is a minus 6 and minus. Now you can see all the options are different. So now what is my y? Y is ln x over 2. So can you find the value of the x? It is twice e raised to power y. Fine. Now what is the PDF? Alpha is my 1, x0 is 2. So it is my twice divided by x raised to power 2 whenever x is greater than 2. Then your target is to find the PDF of y. How you can find the PDF of y? Which is equal to f of x into dx over dy. I can substitute the value fx is this and value of the x is 2 e raised to power y. Twice e raised to power y square. What is the dx over dy is the same number. So clearly said this number will be cancelled. 2 will be cancelled. E raised to power minus y. What does it implies? Y follows exponential distribution with the parameter 1. Once the y follows the exponential distribution with the 1, what is the formula for this case? It is e raised to power minus lambda a. Fine. So what is the answer of this? Probability y greater than 3, which is e raised to power minus lambda is my 1 into a 3. So e raised to power minus 3, that is a C is my right. Remember student, this is exponential distribution and this is the shortcut tricks as I already explained in my theory lecture of this exponential distributions. You must watch about this simplest way to compute the probability so that you can get your answers again in a reasonable time. X1, X2, X are the random variables such that xi is okay. I can choose value of the n is my 1. Fine. Then your target is to find the value of x1 minus x2. So I can open this bracket, variance of x1, variance of x2 minus twice covariance of x1, x2. What is the variance of xi is 4. 4. What is the covariance is 3. So 8 minus 6. 2 is the answer. Now look at that. When n is 1, so this is my 1. 3 minus cancel is a 2. Again they are satisfied. Then I can choose n is my 2. Then your target is to write x1 minus x4, that is up to the first 4 term. x1 minus x2 plus x3 minus x4. I can open this, variance of x1, variance of x2 plus variance of x3 plus variance of x4 minus twice the covariance of x1, x2, x1, x3. Fine. x1, x4 is a negative, x2, x3, x2, x4 minus minus plus twice of the covariance minus plus minus of the 3. Now clearly say this number cancel, this and this cancel. Variance of x1 is 4. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 minus 6. So it's a 8 minus 6, 2. 10 is the, so n is equal to 2. Now where is the, you can check it, where is the error? You can check your calculation. It's a 16, sorry, 6 minus 6, one more 6 is there. So that is my 4 is the right answer. So when n is equal to 2, this is my 4, this is my 3. So this option is also cancelled. B is my correct answer. Always remember student, you can choose the particular value of the n so that you can get your calculation in a lesser time. Similarly, as you can see, I can choose the particular value of the alpha and gamma or alpha x naught, and we can discard the rest of the options. The independent trial consists of rolling of fair dice are performed. The probability that 2 appears before. Can you identify the distributions? When it appears before of this, that means it is my geometric distribution. Fine. So what does it mean? You are performing the experiment. Say this is my 2 appears, and before the 3 and 5, that means after that 3 or 5 will occur. Can you say in this case it means 2 can never occurring before, 3 or 5 can never occurring here. So that means either the 1, 4 or 6 occurs. Fine. Now what is the answer of this? What is the probability of 2? Probability of 2 is my 1 by 6. What is the probability of this quantity? How many quantities are there? X minus 1. What is the probability of getting 1, 4 and 6? 3 by 6, that is 1 over 2. So your answer is 1 over 2 times x minus 1. And what is the value of the x is from 1 to. So now it's a GP. Fine. So what is the sum of the GP series is A over 1 minus R. So the right answer is 2 over 1, 1 over 6. 1 over 3 is my right answer of this problem. Always try to understand the concept of the distributions. So whenever it say appears before, that means the 2 appears here, after that 3 or 4 occurring. That means 3 or 4 not occurring before the 2, 2 also not occurring before the 2. So that means the occurring numbers are 1, 4 and 6. Look at this another one. X follows the Poisson distribution, Y follows the Bernoulli distribution. X and Y are independent. Then your target is to find the probability of X into Y is 0. The similar question is also asked in the CSR net examinations. Fine. But you can see it's a very simple. What is the meaning of the XY is equal to 0? That implies either X is equal to 0 or Y is equal to 0. So I consider this quantity is my A union this value is my B. So your target is to find the probability of A union B. So probability of A, probability of B, and because they are my independent, so the answer is probability of A into probability of B. Can you find the answer of the probability of A? What is the probability of X is equal to 0? Because X follows the Poisson distribution, e raised to power minus lambda, lambda raised to power 0 over 0 factorial, that is e raised to power minus 2. What is the probability of B? When X is equal to, when Y is equal to 0, that means NC0 probability and Q raised to power, so that's 1 over 4 raised to power 10 minus e raised to power minus 2, 1 by 4 raised to power 10. Now clearly say, because 1 is not be there, 1 by 4 e raised to power 10 common, but it's a 1 minus, it's not a twice. This is cancelled. A is my right answer in this problem. And you can see that within a fraction of a second, you can get your right answer in a simple manner. Don't forget to like and comment on this video. Okay, if xi's are the random samples from the exponential distribution 1, then the distribution of 2 and x bar. What is x bar is? Summation xi over n. Then what is the value of the n into x bar is? Summation of the xi. Fine. Now clearly say, look at C. Since xi follows my exponential distribution 1, then what does the meaning of the summation of the xi? The sum of the exponential distribution will follow the gamma distribution with the parameter n comma 1. Fine. Now this number is my n into x bar. Now I have to multiply by 2. So for that I will give you the tip. If x follows the gamma distribution with the parameter say alpha comma beta, then if you multiply with the lambda, then the answer will be alpha beta divided by lambda. So now you can see this will follows n comma half. but all the answers are in the chi-square, but it or the gamma square. Now this is the tip number 1. The second tip is, this is a shortcut trick that will helpful for you. Chi-square of the 2n degree of freedom is equivalent to the gamma distribution of n comma half. It's a twice of n, it's a n comma half. You can see because none of the answer is in the gamma, so I can say this is equivalent to the chi-square of 2n, and chi-square of 2n is my right answer of this problem. Remember student, this concept and this shortcut tricks is a very useful for you to solve the MCQ problems. Let x is the random variable such that which of the following is the mean and the median. What does the meaning of this case? That means if you look about, this is my half plus x, half minus x, they are same. What does it mean? They are symmetric about half. So once the distribution is symmetric about the half, what does that mean? That is, mean is my half, and once the mean is half and the normal distribution, median is also half, because it follows my normal distribution. Mean and median both are my half is the right answer. So the right answer is mean and medians are both are same. Always read the statement very carefully. Okay, y sum distribution given to you, y sum formulation, ln of u1 divided by ln of u1 plus ln of 1 minus u2, where u1 and u2 are my independent. Okay, u1 and u2 follows the uniform distribution over 0 and 1. I need u1 and 1 minus u2. So u1, if u2 follows the uniform distribution of 0, 1, 1 minus u2 also follows the uniform distribution over the 0 and 1. Fine. Now always remember again the shortcut tips. If you remember, that's good. Minus ln of x follows exponential distribution with the parameter 1 if x follows the uniform distribution 0, 1. Fine. Now clearly say, according to this rule, I need a minus of x. So can I write here is a negative, here is a negative, and this part is also negative. Fine. So what does it mean? The numerator component follows my exponential distribution 1. Fine. This one is also follows the exponential distribution 1, plus because 1 minus u2 also follows the uniform distribution, it also follows the uniform distribution 1. So now u1 and u2 are independent, so that means they are independent. It follows my beta distribution with the parameter 1, 1. So what you conclude, y follows beta distribution of 1, 1. Now your target is to find the variance of y. So what is the formula for the variance? I can again write you, if yx follows the beta distribution with the parameter say m, n, then the variance of the x is m into n divided by m plus n whole square, m plus n plus 1. That's why I'm asking, I have already asked you, remember the mean and variance. For more detail about the beta distribution, you can see about my this lecture of this beta distribution, mean and variance of the beta distribution. So now if I substitute here, m into n, that is a 1, m plus n, that is a 2 square is a 4, m plus n plus 1, so 1 over 12 is the right answer of this problem. Okay, x1 and x2 follows the normal distribution of 0, 1. Then your target is to find the probability of x1 square plus x2 square less than equal to 2. Very simple. Remember student, whenever it's x square and it's a normal, if x1 x2 follows normal distribution of the 0, 1, I can write x1 minus mean over variance, that will follows my chi-square. If I put them as a square, it will follow the chi-square distribution with the 1 degree of freedom. Now clearly say mean is 0, variance is 1, so x1 square x2 square both follows my chi-square distribution 1. Is it okay? Now your target is to find the value of addition. So if I choose the y is x1 square plus x2 square, fine. Now it both are follows my exponential distribution 1, so it follows the chi-square distribution 1 plus 1 2. Fine. Now your target is to find the value of y is less than equal to 2. I can change into the gamma. What is the shortcut tips? As I told you earlier, gamma is equivalent to the x n comma half. So if you look about that, what is the n? If you compare them, n is my 1, it is 1 comma half. And what is the gamma of 1 comma half? It is also called as exponential distribution of half. Now that means this is the my target of exponential distribution, so which is basically the CDF at the point 2, 1 minus lambda into 2. What is the lambda? Lambda is the parameter of the exponential distribution. So that's the right answer of this problem. 1 minus 1 over e. C is my correct answer. Always remember, this is a very beautiful shortcut tips for you. Okay, x follows the gamma distribution of 2 comma half. Then your target is to find the value of x is greater than 1. Now the one way is you can remember the PDF of the 2 comma half. Otherwise you can always remember, whenever there is a gamma distribution, you can always convert this number to be the 1. Fine. And then we can easily remember the PDF of this distribution. Fine, it's a 1. So how you can convert them? Always again the same shortcut tricks as used. If x follows the gamma distribution of alpha comma beta, if I multiply this by the some quantity lambda, then it will be, first parameter will be same, then it is divided by lambda. Now I need this number to be the 1. So what you can do, I can find half of the x. Again it follows the gamma distribution with the parameter 2 comma 1. Fine. So now I can convert this number to be half of x. That means half of the x, I call this number is my say y. So then y is greater than of 2. Now how you can solve that? It's a 2 to infinity. PDF is my y into e raised to power minus y. Now you can easily solve that. The integration of this is fine from 2 to infinity. If you substitute infinity is a 0. If you substitute 2 minus. So 3 into e raised to power minus of 2 is the right answer. Always remember, your target is to convert this into the 1 so that you can get your answer in a reasonable time. Okay, again you can see your target is to write the z square. So z1 square will follows the chi-square distribution 1. z2 square will follows again the chi-square distribution of the 1, because z1 and z2 are here. Then you have to add them. It follows the chi-square distribution 2. Fine. Now I can convert chi-square distribution 2 into the gamma distribution. How you can write that? Is a gamma of n is my 1 comma half. You can see again I use the same shortcut tricks. 2n, n is my 1 comma half. And what is a 1 comma half is exponential half. It's exponential distribution half. So your basic target is find the probability of y which is greater than 4, and y follows the exponential distribution. And what is the previous question shortcut tips? As I give you, whenever x is greater than a, it is e raised to power minus lambda into a. Fine. Whenever x follows the exponential distribution, so lambda into a is my 4. Exponential distribution has parameter half, so lambda is my half. E raised to power minus 2 is the right answer of this problem. Look at this another one. X1 and X2 are my IID exponential 3. X1 follows the exponential distribution with the parameter 3. Remember students, you have to watch by this distribution function. I use the same shortcut tricks as I explained in this theory lectures. Also, you can see the various PY questions of the IIT JAM related to the statistics and the mathematics related GATE and the IIT JAM both are available in this playlist. X1 and X2 are follows my exponential distribution tree. Your target is to find the value of X1 plus X2. So if I consider Y is my X1 plus X2, can you find that sum of the exponential distribution will follows the gamma distribution with the parameter 2 and 3. Fine. Now once you say 2, your target is to make them this number as a 1. How you can make them as a 1? If I multiply this number by 3, so 3y will follows gamma distribution of 3 divided by 3, 1. Fine. Now your target is to find the value of y is greater than 1. I can change them into the 3y. 3y is greater than 3. Fine. If I call this number is my z, then your target is to find the number of, and what is the PDF of 2, 1 y into e raised to power minus y. So it's a 3 over infinity y into e raised to power minus y. So can you integrate them? The integration of this is minus y plus 1 e raised to power minus y from 3 to infinity. When you substitute infinity, it's a 0, and if you substitute 3, it's a 4 into e raised to power minus 3 is the right answer. You can see that I use the same single shortcut tricks whenever there is the question of the addition, square. I use the gamma distribution as the part of integration. X and y are the two independent normal distributions. X and y follows my normal distribution of 0, 1. And now I need a x square. Because the mean is 0, I can return this number is mean divided by variance, divided by standard deviation. It follows my chi-square distribution with the degree of freedom 1. Similarly, y square both follows my chi-square distribution with the degree of freedom 1. I call this number is my say p, which is my x square plus y square. Clearly say it follows my chi-square distribution with the degree of freedom 1 plus 1, 2. Now it's a 2, I can change them to the gamma distribution. It's a 1, half. So then your required target is to find the value of 0 to, now it's a p, or you can say this is also called as the exponential distribution of half. So once it's exponential distribution, I can say it's a CDF form f4 minus f0. And what is the CDF of the exponential form? We all know the CDF of the exponential form is e raised to power minus lambda into x, and this is the value of my lambda. So 1 minus e raised to power half into 4, it's a minus of 2, 1 minus e raised to power minus 0. So 1 will be cancelled, it's a minus and minus minus plus. So 1 minus e raised to power minus of 2 is my right answer. Let x follows the binomial distribution such that probability of x is equal to 2 is twice the probability at x is equal to 3. I think that's a simple. You can apply the binomial distribution. 5c2 p raised to power 2 q raised to power 3 twice 5c3 p raised to power 3 q raised to power 2. Clearly say 5c3 and 5c2 both are cancelled. 1 p square will be cancelled, so q is my twice of p. So then we all know p plus q is 1, so that implies p is my 1 over 3. So then your target is to find the variance. Variance of the binomial distribution is npq. N is my 5, p is my 1 over 3, q is my 2 over 3. So the answer is 10 over 9 is my right answer of this problem. Okay, look at this another one. X and y are follows the f distribution. This is the f distribution with the degree of freedom m, n. Then 1 over x will follows the f distribution. We have to change the degree of freedom from mn to the n, m. Now you can see about the given statement. F of 8, 15. Y follows 15, 8. What does it implies? That implies y is equal to 1 over x. Fine. This is the first step for you. Then it is given that probability of x greater than 4 is my 0.01. Your target is to find the value of y. I can substitute the value of the x 1 over y is greater than 4. Fine. So then y is less than of 1 over 4 is 0.01. Now can you compare them? Clearly say k is my 1 by 4. So that is the right answer of this problem. B is my correct answer. This is the simple shortcut fix whenever there is a question of the F distribution. Now again you can see U follows my F distribution with a 5,8. V follows my F distribution 8,5. What does it implies? U is equal to 1 over V. And you can see that it's a 2020 and the previous one was in 2012. You can see it's a repetition of the questions. So that's why PY question is very important. And it is given that U is greater than of the 3.69 is 0.05. Then your target is to find the V. So I can substitute 1 over V is greater than 3.69. Fine. Now you can find the value of the V. V is my less than of 3.69, which is 0.05. But I need the value as a greater than sign. How you can make them as a greater than? I can written this number is 1 minus V greater than of 3.69, which is 0.05. So can you find the value of, sorry, it's a reciprocal, it's a 1 over. Fine. So V is greater than of 1 by 69, which is 0.95. And you can see that now if you compare them, C will be 1 divided by 3.6. Fine. Now first of all, if you think about that whether the equality will be appear or not, remember student, whenever there is a continuous random variable or the continuous distribution, F distribution is my continuous, then the probability of x greater than A is same as probability of x greater than equal to A. Also probability of less than is same as probability of less than equal to A. Why? Because we all know probability at the single point is 0 for the continuous random variable. That's why I'm not thinking about whether the equality appears or not. That's the same meaning of this problem. Now again you can see that it's again the repetition of this. This is a 2020, now it's a 2023. If you closely look about these two cases, x is my 1 over y. I can substitute the value of the x in the given. It's a less than equal to 2 is 216 over 343. Can you find the value of the y? Y is my greater than equal to half, which is equal to 216 over 343. But you can see that I need the value of less than sign. I can subtract the 1 minus probability of less than half, which is equal to 216 over 343. So can you find the value of probability y? Again you can see whether the equality appears or not, there is no problem because f is my continuous. So it is 343 minus 216 over 343. So if you subtract them, it's a 7, it's a 2, it's a 1 over 343. So this number is my alpha. So alpha is my 127 divided by 343. Then 686 into alpha divided by 343. It's a 2. So it's a 254 is my right answer of this problem. Dear student, don't forget to like and comment on this video. I will upload the next video very soon related to the IIT JAM statistics and the gate solution, provided I will receive the good response on this video. The circle of the radius, the circle of radius is constructed as a random variable which follows the uniform distribution of 0, 1. Then the probability that the area of the circle, that is a pi r square, is less than 1. So firstly you can find the value of the r. R is my less than of 1 by root pi, because radius can never be negative, so it is lies only the positive side. Now What is the CDF? Now, for the uniform distribution, what is the PDF? What is the PDF of the uniform distribution? 1 over B minus A. And what is the CDF is? X minus A over B minus A. I can write this number is CDF of 1 over root pi. So I can substitute here 1 over root pi. What is the A? That is the lower limit, 0 over 1 minus 0. So the answer is 1 over root pi is the right answer of this problem. Always remember the PDFs, CDFs of the distribution functions. Let y is the exponential distribution with a mean 1 over theta. That means the parameter is my theta. The conditional distribution of the x given y follows Poisson distribution. Fine. And with the mean, that means it is given that the mean of this number is my y. This is given to you. Then the variance of the y. Now clearly say they are my dependent variable. So what is the formula for the variance of the x? It is expected value of variance x condition y plus variance expected value of x condition y. Now you can substitute the value. This is the expected value. What is the variance of this? Because we all know in case of the Poisson distribution, mean and variances are always same. So if the mean of y, this is also the variance of x condition y. I can substitute this value is my y plus variance of y. Now y follows my exponential distribution. The mean is 1 over lambda, variance is 1 over lambda square. Now you can take the LCM. The answer is theta plus 1 over theta square is the right answer. You can see within the two lines you can get your answers. But condition is only that you have to watch the same way that I have explained in my theory lectures as well as my other PY question series. Okay, x follows my geometric distributions. Then the probability x is equal to 5, condition x greater than equal to 2. That's very again simple. How you can write that? It's x is greater than equal to 2. And what is the numerator part is x is equal to 5 intersection x greater than equal to 2. So clearly say when you take x is greater than equal to 2, that number will take 2, 3, 4, 5. If you take the intersection, it will be this number. Fine. Now what is the PDF of the PMF of the geometric distribution? Q raised to power x minus 1 into p, where x start from the 1, 2 and so on. So can you find the value of the x is equal to 5? So Q raised to power 4 into p. What is my p? P is my 0.4, Q is my 0.6. Divided by, it's a 2 to infinity, or otherwise I can written as 1 minus x is equal to 1. Because x start from the 1. So it is a 1 minus, what is the value of the x is equal to 1? It is only my p. So 1 minus p is my q. So that q will be cancelled out. So answer is q cube into p. So you can substitute this value into 0.4. So you can use the calculator which is given you in the examinations, or you can even multiply them. It's very simple. It's a 216 into 0.4. So if you multiply them, your answer will be 468. 680 point. So the right answer is 0.0864 is the right answer. The probability density function of the random variable is given to be here. Alpha is my any number which is greater than 0. I can choose alpha is my 1. You may choose alpha is 2. That's on your choice. Fine. Like clearly say the answer is not dependent upon the alpha. So if alpha is my 1, what is my PDF? 1, 1 minus 0, 1. That means x follows my uniform distribution. Fine. If x follows my uniform distribution, now what is the value of the y? Y is my log of the e x raised to power minus 2. That is minus of 2 ln of x. If minus 2 ln of x, it follows my chi-square distribution of 2. Fine. Or you can also see it's a chi-square. I can change them to the gamma distribution 1 comma half, or I can also say this number is my exponential of half. As I told you in the previous examples, if x follows my uniform distribution of 0, 1, then minus ln x follows exponential distribution 1, and then minus ln x follows exponential distribution half. And you can see that all the answers are written in the chi-square. So it is my chi-square 2. Fine. If it is here, you can also write this number is gamma of 1 comma half. If it is a gamma of 1 comma half, I can say it is a gamma of 2. So the right answer of problem is A is my correct answer. This is the first method. There is one more method. If you are unable to remember this kind of the distributions, you can form it. What is the g of y? Your target is this. That is my fx into dx over dy absolute value. So can you find the absolute? Can you find the value of the x? Clearly say it is a e raised to power y is 1 over x square, and then what is the x is e raised to power minus y over 2. So fx is my 1. What is the dx over dy? Half e raised to power minus y over 2. It's a minus of half, but because of the modulus value, so clearly say which distribution is. It is my again exponential distribution half. Okay, x follows my binomial distribution, y follows the binomial distributions. Probability of x greater than equal to 1 is my 5 over 9. So basically your target is to find the value of p. Fine. How you can write that? 1 minus x is equal to 0. Fine. So that means probability at x is equal to 0 is my 4 over 9. So I can apply the binomial distribution on the x. 2c0 p raised to power 2, q square is 4 over 9. So that means q square is 4 over 9. 4 over 9. Q is my 2 over 3. P is my 1 over 3. Once p is my, so I can write this number is also 1 minus. Fine. Otherwise you can write as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 minus, again it's a q square. Sorry, 0 is n is my 4, q raised to power 4, or if there is any confusion you can write it as 4c0 p raised to power 0 q raised to power 4. 4c0 is 1, p raised to power 0 1, q is my 2, 16 over 81. So 1 minus 16 over 81 is the right answer of this problem. So 65 divided by 81 is the right answer. Okay, look at this one. X follows uniform distribution of the 0, 1. Okay, I think it's a very simple. It looks like it's very complicated, but if you look about this case, x follows the 0, 1. So okay, if x follows the 0, 1, 1 minus x also follows the uniform distribution 0, 1. Fine. Then it's a 1 by 4. I can return is 1 over 4. If x is my 1 by 4, 1 minus x will be 3 by 4. Now look at that. Look at it very carefully. Whenever x lies between 1 to 1 by 4, fine. Whenever x lies in this case, then the minimum definitely be less than 1 by 4. If x lies between 3 by 4 to 1, if x lies between 3 by 4 to 1, then definitely 1 minus x lies between 0 to 1 by 4. So again the product will be less than 1, and whenever the number lies between, it is greater than 1 by 4. So your target is to find the probability of this component plus this component. That means the answer is probability of plus probability of 3 by 4 less than 1. Or you can also say, because the total probability is 1 minus probability of 1 by 4 less than 3 by 4. Now can you get the answer of this? I can write this in the CDF form. This is 3 by 4 minus 1 over 4. Now what is the CDF of the exponential of the uniform distribution? This is x minus a over b minus a. A is my 0, b is my 1. So basically this is my x. So it's a 3 over 4 minus 1 over 4. So what is the answer of this? So 1 minus is the 0.5 is my right answer of this problem. Okay, xi's are my discrete distributions. So can you identify the distribution? Clearly say it follows my geometric distribution with the parameter p, because it is form of x minus 1 into p. Then y, x1 plus x2 plus x3. Can you identify the distribution? If x1 follows the geometric, x2 follows geometric, x3 follows geometric, then this follows my negative binomial with the parameter 3, and this 3 is my 3 times probability is mine. Then your required target is to find the value of y greater than equal to 5. So I can write this number is 1 minus y is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, y is equal to 3, y is equal to 4. Because the minimum value, this is my threshold value. I need 3 numbers. So 0 will be cancelled, 1 will be cancelled, 2 will be cancelled. So the only answer will be start from the 3 and 4. Fine. Now what is the meaning of the 3? That means you are trying the third attempt. This is my success. Y is equal to 3 means that is a 3 success. So this is also the success. This is also the success. So that means 1 minus p cube. Y is equal to 4 means you will get the third success, because I need the target of x3. Third success on the fourth attempt. That means out of these 3 you will get the 2 success. So what are the cases? That's a binomial 3c2 success probability p into probability of the, so that will be my 1 minus p cube. 3c2 is my 3 is a p cube of q. Now what is a p? P is my 1 over 3. You can substitute this value. Fine. So the answer will be 1 minus 1 over 27 minus 3 into 1 over 27. Q is my 2 over 3. So that's a cancel. It's a 3 over 27. 3 over 27 is 1 over 9. So that is a 8 over 9 is my right answer. Dear students, there is no need to remember the geometric distributions. If you just watch my this negative distribution lecture, I'm very sure you just remember this lecture. It's a very 3-step rule. You can get, I have solved more than 15 examples in this lecture, and you can see it's a 15 minutes lecture. So that means within a 1 minute you can get the solution of the negative binomials. Okay, x is continuous random variable with the PDF. Your target is to find the distribution of 2x square. So firstly, I can choose y is equal to x square. Fine. Then your target is to find the value of 2y. So firstly, I can find the PDF of the y. How you can find the PDF of y? This is f of x into dx over dy. So I can substitute the value. What is the value of the fx in terms of the y? So I can substitute x square. So x is my under root y. So this is my y raised to power 7 over 2 e raised to power minus y, dx over dy is 1 over root y. So if you solve them, it is 1 over 6. It's a y raised to power 7 minus 1, 6, 3 e raised to power minus of 2. Now clearly say this is my gamma distribution with the parameter 3 plus 1 and of the 1. Fine. So 4 comma 1 and the. Now once you know the y will follows the 4 comma 1. So can you find the twice of the y? Twice of the y again follows the gamma distribution with the parameter 4, but instead of the 1 it is my 1 over 2. Why? Again the same rule. What is the lambda of x? If x follows my gamma distribution of a comma b, then what is the lambda of x? Follows again a over b divided by lambda. Now once is a half, now I need a chi-square. So again the second tips, chi-square of the 2n will follows the gamma distribution of n comma half. If you compare them, n is my 4, so it follows chi-square of 8 distribution is the right answer of this problem. Whenever you are working on the distribution, any question related to the distribution, always remember these shortcut tricks. Okay, look at this next question. The packets drones are 10 fireless, out of which 4 are defective. 10 fireless, 4 are my defectives. So that means 6 are my non-defective. 3 firecracks are drawn at random. So out of these, you have to draw the 3 firecracks without the replacement. Can you identify the distribution which is working without the replacement? This is my hypergeometric distribution. Fine. Always remember, whenever there is a question related to the without replacement, it's a hypergeometrics. Now again, you can draw this diagram. This is a defective. How many defective there wants? All the 3 are defective. So the remaining are my 0. So what is the answer of this case is 4C3 multiply 6C0 divided by 10C3. And this is the way you can solve the hypergeometric distribution with the help of shortcut tricks. So this is a 4, 3 into 2. This is a 10 into 3, 9 into 8. So 4 to your 8, 3 is 3, 1 by 30 is the right answer of this problem. Fine. Always draw this diagram. Always draw this diagram whenever there is a case of without replacement. For more detail, you can watch about this hypergeometric lecture, which is available in this playlist also. This one, hypergeometric distributions. Fine. And the examples of the hypergeometric distributions. Dear student, if you are watching my videos, then just like say PY questions, watch my theory lectures also. Then only you can able to understand how I can solve all these questions in a quick manner. Okay, if X follows my uniform distribution over the 0, 10, then your target is to find the distribution of the Y firstly. So my target is to find the firstly what is the distribution of the Y. Fine. So clearly say we know the distribution of the X. My target is to find the distribution of the greatest integer X. First of all, this is my discrete. Fine. Because whenever you consider any of the A or A plus 1, the answer is always A. Fine. Now X, what is the meaning of that? X is lies between 0 to 10. So this is my discrete uniform distribution. Because what is the value of this? Either it is a 0, it is 1, it's a 2, or up to the 9. So the maximum values are 9. So that means it's a discrete uniform distributions ranging from 0 to 9. So X has a value from the 0 to 10. Y has greatest integer has the discrete number from the 0 to 9. So if you subtract them, Y will follow the uniform distribution 0, 1. Now once you know Y follows the uniform distribution of 0, 1, I can write this quantity in the CDF form. This is Y is less than of the 0.25. I can return this number is my F of 0.25. Fine. So what is the CDF of the Y? Y minus A, B minus A, basically Y. So what is the answer of this? 0.75 is the right answer of this problem. I again suggested you students, whenever you are watching the PY question of myself, then you have to watch my theory lecture also. Then only you are able to match your frequency or your thinking with my thinking. Like you can see, this is the uniform distribution lecture, and you can see I have already solved all these questions in a similar manner. X and Y are follows the chi-square distribution with the 6 and 3 degree of freedom. So X follows my chi-square distribution with the 6 degree of freedom. Y follows my chi-square with the 3 degree of freedom. Then which of the following statement is my true? First of all, whenever X is greater than of A, Y is greater than of A. Fine. If this function has the degree of freedom M, this function has the degree of freedom N, such that if M is greater than of N, then the probability must be greater than of this case. Fine. Now you can see the about A is my 0.7. There is a no role of the A. What is the degree of freedom of this? 6. 6 is my greater than 3. So the probability of X must be greater than of Y. Probability of X must be greater than of the Y. Probability of the X must be greater than of the Y. Probability of the X, if it is a less than sign, on the other hand, if it is a less than sign, then it must be the less than sign. But again, it's opposite sign. It is not necessary true. So the right answer is A is my correct option. X1, X2, X3 are the IID such that Xi follows the normal distribution of 2, 4, then your target. Okay, there's a normal distribution. If you want, you can watch my this normal distribution lecture, but I can quickly solve for you. Minus 3x2 plus. So definitely if Xi follows my normal, then this Y also follows the normal distribution. Now the only target is to find the mean of the Y. So can you find the mean of the Y? Is said twice mean of the X minus 3 into mean of the X Y plus 6 mean of the X3. So the answer will be 4 minus 6 plus 12 is my 10. Fine. Can you find the variance of the Y? Because they are my IID, so there is no need of the covariance. 4 into variance of X1 plus 9 into variance of X2, 36 variance of, so that will be my 49 into 4. 49 into 4. Now you can convert this number to be the Z. So Y minus mean. Mean is my 10 divided by standard deviation. Standard deviation is 7 into 2. That's 14. Fine. Which is 1 minus phi of beta. So this is 7 by 2. 7 by is a half. Fine. Which is 1 minus phi of beta. Now that's a CDF. How you can write this in terms of the CDF? I can return this number is probability Z is less than of the half, which is 1 minus CDF of beta. 1 and 1 will be cancelled. So that means phi of half is my phi of beta. So beta will be my half is the right answer. X follows uniform distribution with a minus 2 and 3. Then which of the following has also the uniform distribution? Can you find the mean of this X? Mean of this X will be A plus B over 2. That is my half. Can you find the mean of this quantity? So that's a 2 into 1 by 2. That's a 1 plus 1, 6. Do you get the mean of this? What is the mean of these quantities? Which is not same. This option cancel. Fine. Can you find the mean of this? 7 minus 6 of, so 3, 4. The mean is 4. Can you find the mean of this? 11 plus 19 over 2. 8 by 2, 4. That's fine. Can you find the mean of this? E of x square. First of all, is a uniform distribution is always my linear distribution, and it is my non-linear. So the right option is B is my correct option. Second method. Clearly say X is lies between 2 and 3. Then 2x lies between minus 4 to 6 plus of 5. So that is a 1 to 11. Fine. But he said 1 to 10. So first option cancel. Look at this case again. Minus of 6x is lies between 12 and 18. Fine. If you add the 7 on the both side, it is minus 11 and 19. You can see the B option is my correct answer of this case. If you want to find the mean again, you can see it's a E of x square plus 5. How you can find the E of x square? You can firstly find the variance of the x. Variance of the x will be B minus A whole square over 12. So 25 over 12. You can find the E of x square, that is a variance, plus mean square. And if you find that, is it at 37 by 2? Definitely not. So the right answer is yes. Okay. Xi follows my normal distribution with a 5, 2. yi follows my x of 2i minus x of 2i minus 1, then your target is to find the distribution of this. Firstly, we will see, firstly again follows the normal distributions. So can you find the mean of the yi's? 0. Fine. 5 minus 5, 0. Variance, because it's a random sample, so they are the independent. So 2, 1 plus 1. That's what is the variance of this? 1 into 2 plus 1 into 2. So variance is my 4. Fine. Now your target is to write in the terms of the square. So I can write as minus mean over standard deviation square. That will follows my chi-square distribution 1. If I open this, it's a yi square divided by 4 will follows my chi-square distribution 1. Now you can add them. This is yi square over 4. Again, it follows the chi-square distribution with n is my 10, so with the 10 degree of freedom. So chi-square 10 is the right answer. Also, you can see this is my gamma distribution. Again, I can use the gamma chi-square of 2n follows the gamma distribution of n comma half. It can also be follows 5 comma half. If instead of this, if it is written as a gamma of 5 comma half, you can also write this one. Okay, F1 and F1 is the PDF of, I call this is my X follows the normal distribution. Fine. F2, Y is already there, so I call as X1. X2 again follows the normal distribution with the 0 and 6. Y is a random variables which are falling like this manner, 0.4 of X2. Then your target is to find the value of variance of Y. Okay, you can start with this. It's a 0.6 square variance of X1, 0.4 square variance of X2 plus 2a into b covariance of X1, X2, but they are not given as independent. So can you find the covariance directly from the statement? It is not an easy target for us. Fine. So then how we can find that? Instead of this, there is one more method. How you can find the variance? That is E of y square minus E of y whole square. Fine. So I can use this formula because in this case we are unable to find the covariance. So how you can find that? So let's say quickly. Firstly, I can find the E of y. So how you can find the E of y? 0.6. What is the expected value of the x1? 0. Expected value of the x2 is also 0. So E of y is my 0. So variance of y is nothing but E of y square. Can you find the E of x1 square? So that will be variance of x1 plus mean square. So what is the answer of variance of x1? 1. Mean is 0. This is my 1. Similarly, mean of the x2 square, mean is 0. It's my 6. So therefore, E of y square, it is my 0.6 into 1 plus 0.4 into E of x square. Fine, because if you consider as a E, it is similar. So 0.6 plus 2.4, that is my 3. So variance is also my 3 is the right answer. X follows exponential distribution with the parameter 1 over 5. Conditional distribution of y condition x follows the normal distribution with the parameter x comma 2. Then variance of x plus y. So I can write as a variance of x, variance of y. Are they given that they are the independent? No, they are not the random sample. They are the random variable. If it is a random sample, then you can consider as the independent. But it is not given as a random sample. It's a variable plus twice covariance of x comma y. Now what is the variance of x? So exponential distribution has the variance 1 over lambda square. So that will be 1 over 25. Variance of y. Now how you can find the variance of y? So I can use this y condition x formula. Fine. So how you can find the variance of the y? your target is to write this value in terms of okay, this is my expected value of variance of while condition x plus variance expected value of y condition x. Now you can substitute what is the variance of the y condition x to variance of expected value of the y condition x. What is the expected value of 2 is my 2, variance of the x from this case 25, so that is my 27, plus how you can find the covariance. So I can return this covariance of x comma y, which is equal to covariance x comma, yes, if you remember that in terms of expected value is covariance of this number. Now can you substitute the value? What is the expected value of the y condition x? What is the covariance of the x comma x? That's the variance of the x. The variance of the x is my 25. Now can you solve this? It's a 50, 75 plus 27. So 9102 is the right answer of this problem. Okay, look at this another one. 12 dice are thrown independently. Probability of getting at least 2 6s. What is the x is? X is the number of the dice which show 6s. Fine. So clearly say it's a discrete problem. How many dice you have thrown? 12. Probability of show the 6 is 1/6. That means it is my binomial distribution, and once is my binomial distribution, I can return this number is x is equal to 0 minus x is equal to 1. Fine. Now you can substitute this value. 1 minus what is x 0? N is my 12. C0 p raised to power 0 q raised to power 12 minus 12c1 p raised to power 1 q raised to power 11. 12c0 is my 0, p raised to power 0 is 0. It's a 5/6 raised to power 12 into p 1/6 q 5/6 raised to power 11. I can take an 5/6 raised to power 11 is my common, then it's a 5/6. It is my plus of 2, 17. 1 minus 5/6 raised to power 11 into 17 divided by 6. Now you can do this calculation in your calculators. That is the right answer is 0.616 is the correct answer of this problem. So you can see that all are basically dependent upon the distribution functions, which I have explained in this theory lectures. For more details about the other PY question series related to the statistics like consistent estimator as differential equations, UMV, eigenvalues, Kramer-Rao, maxima, all are available in this single playlist named as PY question of the IIT JAM. Here. We will see the next lecture on the expected mean of the random variable. Till then, you can share this video with your friends, and please student, don't forget to like, comments and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for the watchings. Happy learning students. Best wishes always.